Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will going to start projecting all of the key part of the backend which we have done in our previous video, like fetching the key transaction and getting posting it to the backend. Now we will going to display to its front end part. So guys, we have okay, after writing we have taken the login part as this, taking the posting the transaction part as name, price, description, date, time, and to requested body, and then the key console login display of it, and saving the transaction in the transaction part of it. And then wait a second, maybe I had forgotten to add the right here the transaction document of it, as is very important. Transaction, yes, transaction has been coming, equal to require modules, yes, transaction.js, yes, it has come, and this is the final stuff for it. Then it will going to give the result as true, and it will show on the backend database. Now we will going to add its normal part. It will going to get the all of the data for its log that will going to display on the bottom of this form below it, like here, by extending it. So let's start doing that part. API transaction transaction and async comma s square and equal to this and this. Then we will going to add a try part of it, and transaction transaction fetching part. We will going to use the await function for the transaction dot find. This is a function of find function, is a part of a MongoDB section which gives all of the data from the database as giving the success and it true. Wait a second, true and comma data dot transactions transactions Then we will going to add this semicolon right here, catch or its error part. If any error happens, it will going to display console dot log, not log error. Fetching the transactions. Wait a second. Transactions as error. Like it will show it and giving the response on the backend side as status status 500 for displaying the error, and JSON success success as false right here. Okay, right here success as false. Wait a second, what I was doing as message failed failed to fetch transaction transactions. Okay, then it will going to stop, and now it looks perfect. Like similar, we have written its normal text for describing this function as transaction fetching endpoint, and key for posting this data to our backend. Okay, so let's save it and let's create a new. So guys, let's go to our next part of it. While giving it the power to the or front end part of it to fetch and create its normal form function to add a new transaction. Control KC. And we will going to define a function add it. Okay, right now it doesn't have that function right here. Okay, add new transaction, transaction and transaction event, event as ev dot prevent default, and then const url as this URL which we have taken for our backend, add the file directory right here. We're going to import it. Okay, import dot meta dot env and let's copy this API URL part and giving it an intended section for its backend. This, then we will going to extract the part which we have given for our backend as price. Going to use the float method for it, giving it name dot split replace as speed rating 0 to 9 dot minus and as g comma blank, then const for its transaction part, transaction name as name dot slice, try to split it up, name dot index of this and then plus 1 and closing it, and then we will going to you price. Again, let's put it in another bracket, complete or condition true, then giving in a alert message at the top of website as as invalid price format. Okay, please include a valid valid number. Okay, I will going to skip checking the backend part to it, so that to avoid your wasting your time, which is, and that part is kind of easy. So okay, you you can also understand by seeing. So guys, after importing the part of it, I have completed backend part. We have using after, like, we have defined the basic part of it as this, and then that part as this, and method as post, headers content type as application and JSON, body defining as stringifying in the JSON format, name as transaction name, price, description, and date time, and then the key is backend all of the responses as it will going to represent right here. Okay, so let's create the log part of it in that part, so that I will going to get the transaction log part of it. Like, first of all, see how this is working. Like, I have defined as Samsung TV, and date as date of today, and description of anything, and right here let's see how it's has come on now. Okay, maybe it requires the transaction part of it. So let's create the transaction part right here before we can go ahead of this code. Yet here we will define the class as transaction section. Then we will going to define its logic as transaction map bracket transaction right, defining its dot transaction depth. dot and giving it a key, which will going to take the transaction dot id dot in the here, and then going to add enough div class for the left part of it. At the left part it will going to show the name, name as transaction dot name, and then it will come with another part as div dot description of it as description, similarly like transaction dot description, and closing the curly bracket, and then we will go into our right part of it, defining the div class as right, div dot price, now let's add price. Let's keep this part. Okay guys, now we can see like we have taken the, we are starting to get the data right here, as this is the which we have taken in the backend part of it before, like Helios, and this is my game and it's and lunch at cafe details and edit and delete part, and then the key, it has been completed from the front end side. So let me discuss you how this was actually be done. First of all, we have defined the div transaction, then as normally we have defined its transaction class, then key as an id of it, then key for the left side we have defined the key class name as transaction name, and then the class name as description, then the description defining, and then we have go to our price defining part. If the key price is in the negative, it will going to display it in the red, like you can see it in the minus, it has been displayed in the red, and when it is positive it is representing it as a green color. Like you can see the logic of it. Then we have go to our datetime part. We have defined the datetime as a new date which it will going to get from the backend, and live, and then for the button to complete its feature of it, button which will going to fetch, change, edit the all of the details like right here, and delete, and then the OK button for deleting the transaction. These features edited and delete will be in our next video, which will going to be last video of it. Then we have defined the key function for defining is fetch APIs from its backend, and then writing import the key transaction UI URL of from the backend. Then I have user URL, then take the response and then convert it in the JSON part. As if it is success, then it will going to display the set transaction and its all data, else it will going to fail its to fetch transaction. This error could have happened if you have doesn't choose your IP address on the MongoDB part cluster part for it, or else it will going to give the error like this. And for changing its, we have transaction part, we have defined this part, and then we have go to our have defined the key change right here the on submit part. Then the transaction part trans backend of it look like this, and fetching part look like this. Now let's see what we have added in the transaction CSS part. Like we have right here the define it as a div transaction, margin top as 25 pixel, display as flex direction as column, gap as 15 pixel, display as fact, justify content as space between, and align item as center like here, and padding as 20 pixel. Then the border radius as 15 pixel, and the give the background as this, and then the box shadow as 10 pixel, 0 10 pixel, 20 pixel, and blackish RGB for it, and give the animation for it transform, which will going to work as a hover effect when we will go to it, like it has get bigger like this while increasing its scale by 0.0.5 times. And then if we have given the box shadow as 0 15 pixel and 30 and more darkness of it. And then for the details part, we have given the font size at 1.3 rem, weight as bold, and color as white. Then the font size for description as little lightest, 0.9 rem, and color as this. And we have defined the right side of it as giving it to the right hand side. Then I have given the price styling part of it similarly as the normal Helios part, and color it as in a green. If it is red, then it will going to convert it into a red this color. Then I have given the font size right here as in a lesser part of less, and then I have given the two buttons CSS as this part, like the last animation for it as fade in, up, opacity. And before that, let's go to our button part. padding as 5 pixel, 10 pixel, border radius as 10 pixel, background color as this, grayish, and color as whitish, border none, cursor pointer, translation as in background color 0.3, button hover, background color as more gray, light grayish, and then button edit, margin right as 10 pixel, background as greenish, and once deleted it will delete part as in a red, edit hover little green, dark green, and delete as red, like you can see. Okay, and then the form input and button animation as fade in, then right here. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if you watch this tutorial. In the next video we will going to continue it and add the features to our form, like edit and delete, and then this project will be end soon. See ya.